And welcome to a brand new day here with endless possibilities on your premium breakfast family show,
Yes.
Wake Up Nigeria.
Every morning is a great opportunity to start again and again. And of course, to help you celebrate life. Of course, it's the time when one needs a little bit of motivation,
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah, that's why I have something really nice for you. We recommend a dose of an electrifying 1 hour, 45 minutes every single morning here with us on Wake Up Nigeria.
And as we set out today with so much enthusiasm and of course a lot of plans to achieve our set goals for the week, Mazino has a little something that might just spur you in the right direction.
Okay, this is it. Get ready. Now, Puff no be big boy until he enter inside small chops.
Wow.
That means your network is equivalent to your network. I can see talk where they're shifting. I don't know if you agree with me.
Oh my gosh.
But I was expecting you to hit me. Like,
What I did, I kind of like did.
And I gave him the perfect intro.
I'm done. I know. Moving on. No, I
Oh,
can't.
you should try it. But what do you think about it?
I think samosa is still king. Yes.
Nobody's talking about the mosa in all this. In this relationship.
The mosa is still king.
Mosa is
Puff
alright.
is all out. It's too available.
Well, hey, it's important to surround yourself with the right people who have the right energy. And of course, Tokwe has that energy, and the chef is going to be joining her very soon.
I mean, look at her in that blue dress. Is that blue? It's so beautiful.
Imagine if you
only
keep
guys
at
can see
this.
the rest of it.
Ooh.
Actually, there's no rest of it.
Wow.
Right.
We have a fully packed show for you guys today, so stay with us till the very end. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. Remember, you can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all the social media platforms to be a part of the show.
And of course, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere you might be in the world through our mobile app, which you can download on Google Play Store and also on iOS. And follow us. We are at TVC Connect on all social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Yes.
Use the hashtag as well, Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. And hey, we're going to check out what the highlights are now, shall we?
We have health on today's show. We're going to be getting some health tips from the one and only Dr. Kuti Olatunde. He's a certified medical practitioner, someone who's worked in both private and public sector. He has a keen interest in public health, and today's focus is chronic back pain. Is somebody saying, oh gosh, yes,
Someone saying, ouch.
I need to get to the bottom of this.
And right after that, music producer and performer Caesar will be coming with some good melody titled Motherland.
AKMABA Siri will be joining us on our parenting segment. Now, she's a seasoned teacher, educational consultant, and parenting educator. Today, she's going to be shedding some more light on understanding child development when it comes to parenting.
And finally, we will have UK-born Nigerian rapper and singer who went from winning Britain's Got Talent as part of a British dance group, Diversity, to making Afrobeats records. Ike Chooks has been on a steady rise in music scene since then. Ah, yes. You guys are welcome to a Tuesday edition. And welcome also everybody who's at home watching us. Fantastic.
Another day, another dollar.
Yes.
The most productive day of the week.
No, it's not actually. Tuesdays
come
are-
on now.
Tuesdays
They've
are the
allowed
day
you
you
to
shift.
finish our words of
Why
wisdom.
now?
You did your,
my
you did your
dynamite
puff
quote.
on. We didn't. Hit us.
That was gold.
You know, on Monday, everybody's still in that days of weekend.
Is this you hitting us?
weekend.
Is this you
It's
hitting
actually not, but I'm going to finish it anyway. But Tuesdays, for me personally, it's a personal thing. I'm more productive because I feel like on Mondays I make plans. You know, I schedule meetings. I plan when I'm going to the bank to pick up that check, or rather on Monday I chase people for the check and say when am I coming, and then hopefully on
Tuesday, you
Tuesdays
get all the
you go
checks.
and get all the checks. Then Wednesday you go and cash it, and then Thursday you now start planning. Which other job is there? Then by Friday you now do like, okay, I'm working. Then you close early.
Oh no, Thursday is the most productive day because Friday I gotta turn up.
Oh,
I'm gonna achieve everything on Thursday because
Thursday.
Friday.
to fly her colors.
yes. So Thursdays are good
my
though.
side.
I believe I can fly.
But it's a very lovely dress.
Thank you.
It's very nice.
TVC takes good care of me. Styles me to perfection.
Oh, by the way, guys, today I took part in my very first challenge. You guys might want to check it
Today
out.
or yesterday?
It was just this morning, just here. I'm wearing the same dress.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on Instagram. I was inspired by Titi and Oscar's one.
The voiceover
Oh, the voiceover challenge.
Yeah,
No, before they go watch the voiceover challenge, they should go watch how Mazino teaches us about side chicks and side guys.
Oh!
Pay close attention.
It wasn't me. I keep trying to tell you guys that guy wasn't me.
Of course.
Do you want me to get mobbed? It wasn't me.
I'm sure.
It was some guy.
Mazino just posted about some guy. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of a movie, He's Not That Into You. Who watched that
Yeah,
movie?
I've
It's a
seen that.
very old movie now.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing gave a lot of ladies an eye-opener. Like,
You know something? I felt so shaded when he said, if at 4 p.m., if you receive your gift at 4 p.m., I'm just like,
Oh no, when did your gift come?
No, I was going to send. Like when I got the gift, I'm just like, oh,
Nah.
okay. I might just have to try to send, but like, Martina, all right.
Yeah, well, whoever that guy was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he tried. He did a lot of research.
Yes. And he might have a lot of experience too. I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know him, so yeah,
but
maybe
that's
you're
not
right.
to say that if you receive the gift at 4, you should not collect it too. Please collect it.
Please
collect it,
collect
but-
it. It might be the dispatch riders that came in.
He might have been in traffic.
Well, he could have made sure that the dispatcher, made your point of call the first one.
Wow.
Well, it's true. You can pay for express delivery, but let's not go causing problems in relationships.
They're already in problems since yesterday after it aired.
No, there are problems from people that received their gifts yesterday.
Speaking of gifts, talk about where is that beautiful-looking cake?
Oh my days!
Where
I brought
is it?
cake for you guys.
She brought cake.
Yeah.
And she's hiding it somewhere.
What is the occasion?
Someone gave me a cake, and I thought to share it with you guys.
She's so lovely. Isn't she lovely?
Okay.
She brought cake for us.
This is
Shows
hyping.
how much
This is
she
hyping. Let me
loves
tell you
us.
guys, this is hyping me just so that her cake will be bigger than
As
everybody's.
in it.
I'm curious, however.
Hyped received. Well received.
So how many gifts did you receive from just one person or
Different
multiple?
people. Different people.
Different people. So you can be vowed by more than just one person.
It's showing of love, really. I mean, my friend who is a girl bought me a gift.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I don't think it's just for a girl and a guy. It's just to demonstrate love.
Just express love.
Just
to
express
whomever
love, yes, to whomever you think
as
is
wide as you
deserving.
can.
Yes.
So,
Okay, that's not bad. I saw the skit, which was very funny. It was of this guy who took a cake, like you, to his girlfriend's place. And when he got there was another guy who had brought something in a nylon bag. And then he like, you brought something inside a nylon bag. And this guy's like, iPhone 12. Now, the first guy made a call and had to buy a bigger gift.
wow.
And then when the girl
Pressure.
came out to take her gift, thank you, bought me a cake. And then, iPhone 12. And then she signed for it. And he's like, why are you signing for the iPhone 12? No, I bought myself an iPhone 12. This guy's a delivery guy. Meanwhile, he had already gone and bought her a car just to upstage the iPhone 12.
They should come.
It's a skit. Show. It was
Are
very
you
funny.
serious?
It was very hilarious.
But I love what the girl did because I got myself a Valentine gift as well.
Oh, okay.
So before anybody bought me anything, I just thought, you know what? I should buy things that I actually like for myself. So that's what I was saying. I think it was last week I was saying that I'm totally for people buying Valentine gifts for themselves because I don't think anybody can love you more than you love yourself. So if you can't show yourself love on Valentine's Day and you're tying it to somebody else, you might be disappointed.
Preach. Let's go.
What did you get
Let's
yourself?
go. So I didn't get myself anything. Because I've done that before and it didn't work for me.
It didn't work for you.
I've
How?
done that before. It didn't work for me. It
Okay.
kind of felt like I was just buying into the commercialization that is Valentine's Day.
Okay.
It's become very commercial. So I love the idea of people making things, actually crafting things. Like if you give me beads or a card that you hand wrote or something like that means a little more to me than you just sending somebody, maybe your PA, to go to the shop and pick
Buy
any
a card,
card
just
out
any
of
card.
the 10,000 options that were
Of
there.
cards that
It doesn't feel like it has as much meaning. So
Yeah.
Amber and Ruby's cards to us,
Yeah.
where they hand wrote
Wrote.
and drew hearts and colored them in, that felt really, endearing to me. That's something I'll keep.
Yeah.
But I'll eat the chocolate and throw away the wrapper.
I also remember that she said that she didn't want to spend any money for Valentine's.
Yeah,
so
so that's my thing. Yeah,
Yeah, well, but
it's
that's
commercial.
fine. There's a thing with ladies and the thought behind it versus the actual action. When you know that this lady's going to pay more attention or appreciate the fact that you thought to do it, you would put more attention to
let me
that.
take notes.
Right. While you school us on side chicks and side guys,
Yes,
we
so-
will school you on how to be cool.
Come on, girl, you know I'm cool.
No, bro, you ain't cool.
On the ordinary, always.
So it's interesting. You know, there was this perfume, a
Yeah.
very expensive perfume. I can't remember. This was a few years ago. And a gentleman went all the way out to Hermes and actually made them create a scent for his woman. Like, you understand
was
how
for you, sir.
expensive that was from Kilode. But as in, when she got the scent, she was offended by it.
Why?
She was
Why?
like,
It had essence of him in it.
I don't know what it
I
was,
know.
but it was basically along the lines of, are you trying to say I don't smell nice?
Oh, is she Nigerian?
I don't know.
That's
But-
off. Yeah, I saw this Insta story yesterday of Michael B. Jordan and his girlfriend.
Okay.
And as much as it was so beautiful, all I just thought was the fact that this guy sat down and thought about doing all this.
What did he do? What
So
exactly
he
was
took
it?
her to, I've forgotten the name of the place, but then he I won't say bought out not bought out, but paid for the entire place to see turtles. Something Nigerians won't do, but
Hey,
okay.
turtles.
They went to see turtles. And then at the place where the turtles were, they put roses. And then there I was watching, thinking of this is the end. And then they leave there and go somewhere else. And then there's this very nice, cozy hotel room.
Aww.
You see the fresh roses.
Aww.
White, red, pink.
Cute.
God, I know.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That was a lot of...
I will take you girls out next time to go see dolphins.
Wow, that's
However,
actually
I
pretty
must warn you that
expensive.
they stink.
I'm even wondering where.
Dolphins is Dubai now.
You know,
That's any place.
you take us. Just give me the money.
Typical
Just give
Nigerian.
me. How will you
Oh,
know where
wow.
I'm from?
You are
Just give
such
me,
a
Just give me
Nigerian.
the money.
Oh my goodness!
No.
I thought you were talking about the feel, something Nigerians don't do.
No.
And there I am proposing to you that I want to do
Wow.
something that's very intrinsic. Is that
And
the
something
word?
very intrinsic to me is the money.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ. There's no winning.
No,
Yeah,
there's
there
no.
not win
isn't.
this one.
Exactly.
I said I saw somebody
so
drink, there's
don't
nothing
be
they should
in
do.
competition, people. Don't be in competition in the first place. You know? We have to take a quick break, everyone.
Well, it's a Tuesday edition here, and I must say that Takwa is very distracting today. If only you guys were on set with us. I'm going to try and keep my focus as I read you the headlines for the segment. Let's start with the punch for a Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. Strike hits varsities hard. Students battle filth, water, power problems. SANU stops power supply to OAU Senate building, threatens total darkness. We contribute 500 naira per room to clean our hostels, say UNN students, and we defecate in the bush at night due to lack of water. Just varsity students can imagine the filth there. A look at the photo story for the Punch newspaper. Police deploy 6,000 operatives in Northwest, North Central over banditry and oil plants. Panels on Shasha crisis. Igoho fund hits 22 million naira. Ogun man arrested for stabbing wife to death, alleging infidelity, and female serial convicts jailed 3 years for issuing dud check. That's as much as we can take on the Punch newspaper. We move on now, real quick, to the Nigerian Tribune. On the front page of the Nigerian Tribune for a Tuesday, Kano, Kebbi, Niger, Zamfara governors in Ibadan meet Makinde. To meet stakeholders, visit markets today. In state broadcast, Oyo governor announces full investigation over crisis. IGP deploys intervention forces with 4 mobile police units, 1 surveillance helicopter, and Northwest governors meet NSA security chiefs. To the side of the paper this morning, LCC speaks on bank debt ownership, fate of over 500 workers, and troops kill 81 Boko Haram fighters in Sambisa, lose 1 soldier. However, sad story on page 2 there. Page 26 got this one: gunmen kill 4, burn 28 houses in Plateau State. At the very top of the Tribune, very heartwarming story here. Okonjo Iweala emerges first woman African DG of WTO. We'll be talking about that one in a bit on the couch here with the ladies. We'll shape policy responses to get global economy going again, she says, and she will be XL Buhari, and FG condemns, or rather commends, transparent process on page 6 there. That's it for the Tribune. We'll be moving now to the Vanguard newspaper. And for our front page of the Vanguard, big headline here: NEF, PANDEF, NBF, Afenifere, ACF to FG produce evidence of criminal herdsmen's trial. Where they been tried? AFC asks. We're unaware of our members being prosecuted, say Mia Tiala, spokesman. No knowledge of FG prosecuting criminal herders, say the NEF, and published names of herders being tried anywhere in Nigeria, say the Afenifere, and we want action against herdsmen, not words, say Pandef. Many more writers to that story. To the side of the photo story, we'll touch that in a minute. Occupy Lekki Tollgate, Sanwo-Olu orders investigation into alleged assault on protesters, and Shasha crisis, IGP deploys 4 riot police squadron and helicopters, choppers actually. The photo story is one of Nigeria's Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She works on her acceptance speech at her home in Potomac, Maryland, and near Washington, D.C., minutes before she was confirmed as the first woman and first African leader of the World Trade Organization. And to the top of the Vanguard newspaper, COVID-19, FG to vaccinate 109 million Nigerians in 2 years, say PTF, and Buhari Lawan Baja react as WTA confirms Okonjo-Iweala Director General. Nigeria's security architecture being rejigged, say service chiefs. And finally, for the Vanguard, how Nigeria will completely eliminate gas flaring by 2025, Minister NNPC boss. That sounds very familiar from almost 10 years ago. But grab a copy of The Punch to find that one. The Nation newspaper here is our next stop, and on the front page, North's governors in Ibadan over growing ethnic tension. Bagudu Sani Bello, Ganjuge, Matawale meet stakeholders. IG deploys special squad in Oyo State. Found that in other headlines as well. At the very top, Okonjo-Iweala, I will take WTO to greater heights. And eligible Nigerians to pre-register for COVID-19 vaccine. 57 million doses coming. And the photo story, Peace Mission from left to right, Governor Bagudu, Ganduje, Matawale, Sani Bello, and Makinde yesterday as they are in order for stakeholders meeting on the banditry, on the issue of the Shasha market instance. And bandits now attack soldiers, say El Rufai. And finally, for the Tribune, Lai Mohammed Kwara APC disagree over party's membership resignation. Sorry, that's The Nation, beg your pardon. That's as much as we can take for the dailies this morning. You want to grab a copy. If you have a comment to make sure that you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC so we can find it and track it and maybe even leave a comment on there for you. Thank you very much. Let's do some daily vulnerables now, and we'll be back with more gist on Coffee Gist.
I've said to myself, I've heard somebody say to me.
And guess what, guys? She is a first-time chef. Woo!
Yay, thanks for having me.
No, ain't gonna work. No, ain't gonna work. We're gonna shout. She is a first-time chef. Yay!
Yay! Thanks for having me.
Good to have you here, Judy.
Thank
How
you.
Are you doing this
Very
morning?
well, thank you.
There's something always exciting about first-time chefs. You guys
Okay.
You come with your game.
Come on
and I
out.
can see some king prawns. Let me tell you. So Titi, and Mazino they don't do well with seafood.
Oh, okay.
So it's just me that's gonna have all this to myself.
Okay, then.
So I'm just giving everybody upfront notice so that you guys do not say, "Oh, talk about selfish," and nope. I'm very charitable. So what are we preparing this morning?
Today we are making jambalaya rice.
Jambalaya rice. Okay, so I'm guessing this is basmati rice, yeah?
Yes.
And this is
Semolina.
okay. Why do we have semolina here?
I use it to fry the calamari.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is exciting. And then this is chopped snail
Yes, and beef.
and beef, already boiled.
Yes.
Okay. And this is calamari.
Yes.
And that
Egg
is-
fish.
What fish is that?
Egg fish.
Egg fish. Okay. And that's chicken.
Chicken breast, yes.
Chicken breast. Shrimps, prawns, king prawns or jumbo prawns. Which one?
Jumbo
okay, jumbo
prawns.
prawns. And then we have the green bell peppers, carrots,
And
yellow
spring
bell
onion.
peppers, spring onion. Okay.
Yes.
What do we have here?
Beef stock.
Beef stock. That's from this beef.
Yes.
Okay. And then what sauce is this?
Oyster sauce and soy sauce.
Soy sauce. Okay. And that's seasoning cube, of course. Now, what do we have there spread out?
We have salt,
Okay.
garlic,
Okay.
parsley and basil,
Okay.
ginger.
Okay. So I guess we are all set to go.
Yes, we are good to go.
Okay. So what are we starting with? What are we putting on fire first?
First, I would saute the calamari and the prawns.
Okay.
Then I fry.
Then you fry. Let's start. So what are we putting? What's going on fire? What are we doing?
The pan first.
Okay, the pan, not this one.
So I'll
What-
just the ginger and the garlic.
Okay. So we're talking, before we came on air, we're talking about what time you wake up. And then you said 4 a.m.
Yes,
What's
most
going
times. Because I do this every day.
on? Okay.
I have orders every day, so 4 a.m. so people can get their food before 11 a.m.
Oh, that's nice. So how long have you been cooking commercial?
4 years now.
4 years?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me, how did we get here? Were you in school and you wanted a side hustle, or you always wanted to cook for people?
Yeah, I've always loved to cook. My entire family, we love to cook.
Okay.
So when I got to school, I was bored. I'm not very social. I don't like parties.
Okay.
I don't like anything. So I thought to myself, what would I do? So I said, okay, let's do food.
Let's be cooking and gisting.
Okay. Let's do a little bit of horror.
Okay. So you said you thought to do food while in school.
Yes.
So you were selling food from school?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I started with bully and fish.
Nice.
Because we had a lot of riverine people.
Okay.
At the school then, so.
Oh, okay. So wait, is this for the calamari?
Yes.
Okay, so you take the semolina.
Yes.
With is that
ginger, garlic,
okay,
and
ginger,
salt.
garlic, salt. Okay, so now what's the alternative for semolina? Corn flour? Or
Yeah, or flour, but semolina sticks to the calamari.
okay, sticks better.
The calamari is very tough.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really absorb flour.
Flour, okay,
Yeah,
so
semolina,
is,
it has the perfect texture for it.
This is the first time. Definitely always going to learn something on Wake Up Nigeria. Okay, so now back to our 4 a.m. waking up.
Yes.
Yeah, so you wake up 4 a.m. So you have approximately, so let's say on a not so busy day, how many orders do you get?
Say 8.
8?
Yes.
That's a lot. Because I'm guessing they don't, do you do like the menu for the day, or you could just order anything?
Yeah, we have menus Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but Thursday, Fridays, we just go with it.
You just go with it. What, Mondays? You don't work on Mondays?
No, I don't work on Mondays.
Oh, Shay, when you work for yourself, hey,
I don't
you
work on
take
Mondays.
Monday off.
I've always hated Monday.
Are you
I hate Mondays.
serious? So let's see. You work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes.
Do you work Saturdays as well?
Yes, I do. Most times for catering jobs.
Oh, okay. Sundays.
Sundays too. Sometimes.
Sundays. Oh, okay. Then Mondays is your off. Do you want PA? See, as far as I have that Monday off with you.
I can't afford you.
You'll be surprised. Okay, so we're still on this. I want to know. I want to see how this is going to work.
So
I've never actually prepared calamari. This is my first time. Okay, so you know what? While we are preparing the calamari, I and Chef Juice are going to go with that. I have Titi and Dr. Kuti who have an interesting conversation you definitely do not want to miss. Titi is all yours.
Talk where I'm watching you. That seafood better not go missing. I'm watching you with eagle eyes. But speaking of things to look out for, there's some chronic issues a lot of us go through, and that's why we have a health segment like this one. Today on Health, we're going to be getting tips from Dr. Kuti Olatunde. He's a certified medical practitioner, someone who's worked in both public and private sectors. Now, he has a very keen interest in public health, and he's one of our favorites on the show. We're talking chronic back pain today. And for those that don't know what chronic back pain is, Dr. Kuti, please give us a little breakdown.
Okay, back pain is the pain that you feel from your rib cage downwards. So
from your rib cage,
yeah,
okay,
downwards.
So rib cage, that starts from like just below the armpit, I believe, right?
Yeah, just below the armpit.
Okay.
A bit further down though.
Okay.
Then downwards is back pain, and we use the word chronic is when the pain is persistent for at least 3 months or more. Then we use the word chronic. Anything less than that is not chronic pain.
Okay. So back pain feels like, not a lot of people go through it, but there are some people that go through it continuously, constantly. You just mentioned 3 months. So for people that have back pain that comes back once in a while, maybe over a year, is that still considered chronic?
Well, no.
Okay.
So, like almost everybody feels back pain. So you can feel it for 2 days, 3 days, it goes. Then it recurs again maybe after 5-6 months. That's not chronic.
Okay.
So that's an acute pain that comes on a regular, recurrent acute pain.
Okay.
Or when it becomes persistent, you're using medication, the pain just doesn't go, then it becomes chronic for at least 3 months.
Okay, so now, who are the people that are more susceptible to having chronic back pain?
In terms of gender, both genders are susceptible for having chronic back pain. But people that does things like carrying of heavy load regularly. People that do rigorous exercise. They are involved in exercising themselves too much. People that their work station isn't too conducive. Their sitting position is not too good. Or people that sit down for too long. Those are people that are prone, or obese people, yes. People that don't watch their weight. Those are people that are prone to having this chronic back pain.
Obesity,
workstation.
A workstation that's not perfect. So can we talk a bit about the workstation now? Because a lot of people work in offices or have an office at home. What do they need to look out for to avoid, getting back pain?
Your sitting chair is very important, and how you sit while walking. So you're expected to always stretch your back. So people that sit and they are bending their back, they're on the system a lot, they are prone to having back pain because they are changing the alignment of the backbones. You understand? So your chair should be comfortable and should allow you to stretch your back. Then also the posture of where your system, most of your laptop or your computer, the position in which you place it, how comfortable is it for you? Are you bending to type or you're sitting upright? Then also, how often do you stand up to walk around your workstation? If your job requires you sitting down for so long, those are pointers to having chronic back pain.
Okay, so now is there a specific age group that go through this more?
Well, starting from 30 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, you start to have these little pains. Sometimes you ignore, you don't take notes of it. But from 30 years old, you need to start watching all those the signs and symptoms.
So a lot of people are going through this, and they've been using like over-the-counter medication. They just self-medicate, and they just believe, don't worry, that sachet painkiller, I'm not mentioning the name now, is enough. Don't worry, once I take like 2 of this, I'll be fine. But for those who have been ignoring it and they haven't gone to see a doctor for maybe years now, what are the implications of that?
Okay, the good thing and the bad thing. Okay, let me say the good thing with that medication is, yes, it will give you temporary relief. You have, you feel that the pain is gone. If you don't address the root cause, it will get worse along there, and it will get to a point the pain medication won't be able to help. And before you know it, the pain becomes persistent. It's not affecting other parts of the body, especially some people they'll have problem lifting their legs or standing up upright and all those. So the first step is, once you're having that pain, make sure that you address the root cause. Try to see the doctor. What's causing this can be as little as your workstation. So you just need to adjust your workstation, and you find out that you are fine. You don't need to use the medication. It can be as little as your weight. You just need to lose your weight, and everything is fine. So you need to address the root cause before you can now say, oh, let me start using medications, or let me start physiotherapy or other form of treatment.
So what is the worst case scenario now? Because people think of back pain, it's just pain in my back, don't worry, I've been going through this for years. What is the worst case scenario if you don't go and get checked out?
The worst case scenario that can happen, there can be paralysis of the leg, of the limbs, if you don't take care of it, depending on the cause. Some people might not be able to stand upright again. Some people, it depends. If you have something like osteoporosis, can have fracture of the backbone, and those are some of the complications that can arise from not treating it adequately.
Okay, so now this is someone is watching right now, and they've decided, you know what, I have to go and see Dr. Kuti and find out what this is all about. What's the first thing you ask them to do?
Okay, I would want to, when did the pain start? Because the description of the pain is actually very important. The pain can come from dull to sharp. It can refer to another part. So it depends. I want to get perfect description of the pain, how we started. So that will help to know, okay, the root cause. So for some people, I want to trace it and investigate whether it's the workstation that is causing it, whether it's your job description that is causing it, whether it's your weight that is causing it. And in some cases, funny enough, it can be some disease process. For example, cancer. So it can be cancer to the backbone, and that is caused. So the first thing as a doctor is you have to properly ask questions to investigate where the root causes come from. And from there, I can move on and say, okay, we do this investigation. Let's know how bad it is before we can now salvage the situation, know the right treatment to give.
Okay. So I wanted to ask, you mentioned age 30, and that one just maybe do like this, but the issue is there are probably people younger than 30 that are going through that. They're probably not doing harsh exercise, and maybe they're not doing some of the things that older people are doing now. But what could be the cause for younger people to get back pain?
Younger people having back pain, most times it's going to be acute, like I said earlier. It happens for a short period of time and good. But in some cases, it can be chronic as well. And things that can cause it, like I said, cancer can cause it. You can have arthritis at a very young age. You can have fracture of the vertebral bones, that's the backbone, at a very young age that you don't know, probably when you were exercising yourself or playing football. Or maybe the person had an accident and there's a minor fracture that the person never took note of. So those are little causes or non-important causes that you are not taking care of.
So we need to make sure we stay, make sure I was going to say stay safe, but what I'm trying to say is make sure we go and see our doctors to find out that whatever is going whatever we're going through is not something more serious. It's not just back pain all the time. Dr. Kuti, thank you so much for coming to talk to us. We're going to be right there on social media for your questions. Just use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And we're going to be taking a quick break. We'll be back after this.
I don't mind being the problem in the kitchen this morning. Welcome back, people. We have our first-time chef, Chef Dunes. Yeah. And guess what, people? Something interesting happened while we were away. That's why you need to stay close, stay close. So, Chef Dunes, would you call it pan-sear, pan-fry? What would you call it?
I pan-seared.
Pan-seared. So she pan-seared this chicken with just herbs. Honestly, I've never seen it being done, and I'm definitely going to try it when I get home or whenever I plan to pan-sear my chicken breast. So no seasoning cubes, no nothing, just herbs, and no oil. That just seems like the healthiest thing I had seen being prepared. So you should try it. You should take a picture, and you should tag us on Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Chef Dunes just created something amazing. Just your herbs. So that's, is it basil?
Yes, basil and parsley.
Basil and parsley. And there's this thing with the aroma that herbs give.
Yes.
I think it's irreplaceable. Like, no amount of seasoning cube can do that.
So that feel, yes.
Yeah, so moving on, we have the shrimps, or the prawns.
Yes.
So you marinated them?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So I let it cook.
Okay.
So it draws water out itself, so I don't need to add anything.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you're going to let it cook for how long?
This is good now, so I'll just remove it.
Just remove it. So what did you use? You used basil,
parsley, salt, and a bit of seasoning.
Okay, okay. That's cool. So now, right after this, what are we doing next?
I fry the calamari and
the fish. Now, while we were away, Chef Dunes used the semolina, the seasoning cube, and was it
the herbs too?
And the herbs, yes, to coat the calamari. And she said if you want to try using flour, it might not stay as it might not cover it as much as semolina would. I just find it very interesting that it's semolina. So are you saying that I can use semolina to coat chicken?
Yes, you can.
Amazing. That is amazing.
It's just a thicker flour.
The thicker flour.
Yeah, so the texture is actually better.
Oh, okay. I'm here for it. We're definitely going to experience this. Guys, you must stay close. Chef Dunes is definitely up to something interesting and adventurous in the kitchen this morning. Okay, so we're going to fry this right after that.
Yes.
Okay. Then our rice is already on fire. So I wanted to talk about your order. So if someone wants to place an order, what is the base fare, if I could call it that, the cheapest meal you have? How much does it go for?
1,500.
That's fair. That's fair. But the problem, how do you now handle customers that do this? Oh, I don't want to pay for delivery.
Oh, you will pay for delivery because this is Lagos. You will have to.
You will pay for delivery.
But if it's bulk orders, I can take up the delivery.
Oh, okay, like all those soup bowls, liter foods.
I can do that.
Oh, okay, okay. So how did you cope last year during the lockdown? How did your business thrive?
It was favorable for me because most family needed soups.
Okay.
Bachelors, they couldn't go out. And the place I stay, so it was good for me.
Oh, yeah?
I know some people complained during the lockdown, but it was very good for me, so I won't deny it. So.
Yeah, that's nice.
It was the best time of my business, honestly.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So, okay, so because of where you stay, you had more customers?
Yes, yes.
So did you do more publicity?
Yes, I
Or
did.
was it just a
I
recommendation?
printed flyers, dropped at estate gates,
Nice.
at the banks, and
Okay.
you
You
and
see-
everywhere I could.
Yo, people, push your business. Push it, push it, push it. So now, I was going to say, your family, you said you all like to
We
cook.
love to cook.
So how many of you are chefs?
Oh, just me, professionally,
Just
just
you,
me.
professionally. So did you go to a culinary school or
No.
you self-taught?
I'm self-taught.
And you've been on this for 4 years. So
Yeah,
what's
4
the bigger
years.
plan?
For me, because my journey has been weird. I did social work at the
Okay.
University of Lagos, so I wanted to go into charity.
Yeah.
But then my second degree, international relations, I said, okay, maybe not really social work.
Okay.
But then food came along, so I'm
Okay.
like, okay, I'll just do food.
Okay, you know what? We're going to continue our conversation, but we do need to go on a break. When we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues. You do not want to go anywhere. We will be right back.
Yeah. Welcome to the second hour, and of course we like to start this with there's always light, even if we're only if we're brave enough to see it, and if only we're brave enough to be it.
Oh, yes, indeed. Since we started with some motivation, we thought we should just go right ahead, second hour, give you some more. No, I totally agree with you, definitely. And yes, we can erase the world, this wounded world, into a wondrous one if we put our genuine little efforts into it as well. So, hey, give it a try,
Yeah.
a little bit, you know how to, and it'll have some effect.
We really have those beautiful words today. We borrowed them from a young American poet, activist, Amanda Gorman.
Yeah.
Now, she made history as the youngest poet in recent history, and she has performed at some very significant events.
She was at the inauguration for
Yes.
President Joe Biden.
And she was at the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl as well.
Yeah.
She was fantastic. She was
Amazing
good.
stuff.
Makes me wish that I could do some poetry like we had the poet from yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, Titi was just, I mean, she couldn't have enough. Anyway, remember you can use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the show. We like that you do that. And you can also watch us live, absolutely, from anywhere in the world. If you download our mobile app, it's on Google Play Store and also on iOS as well.
Please follow us at TVC Connect and connect with us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. All you need to do is use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
All right, now, so let's tell you what's coming up. We have a music producer and performer, Caesar, coming with some good melody titled Motherland.
Akemi Esiri will be joining us on parenting today. She's a seasoned teacher, educational consultant, and parenting educator. She will be shedding some light on understanding child development when it comes to parenting.
And finally, joining us on the show is UK-born Nigerian rapper and also singer who went from winning Britain's Got Talent as part of a British dance group, Diversity is what they're called, to making Afrobeat records, Ike Chooks. He's been on the steady rise in the music scene ever since then, and he'll be joining us here on the couch today. We'll be talking and getting to know him better.
Yes, sir.
All
right.
Welcome back.
Something smells good in the kitchen.
Something
though.
does smell
Everything
really
smells
good in the kitchen.
I
goodness,
like the
man.
fact that I'm learning so much just from watching her, from pan-searing her chicken without oil and just herbs, just the chicken and herbs, to the way she's making the rice.
What similarities did you talk about? You were talking about some similarities between what she's having, what she's preparing today, and what you had for Valentine's Day. What was that?
Wow.
She's very careful because she knows what I'm segueing into. But come
I
on,
was
answer.
here like, oh, similarities.
Yeah, come on. You said you had some what?
Pesto pasta.
Pesto
and
pasta.
calamari.
With who?
You're not my dad.
Do you know that was a very daddy-like thing you did?
Is it?
Daddy.
I better be
You know.
careful.
You're not my dad.
But everybody talked about how they spent Sunday. She spent it without
I
wanting
spent
to
it
spend.
working.
You did not.
I did.
Come on.
I made a conscious effort to document my time on set, so you all know that I was working.
We want to know how lovey-dovey you got,
I'm pleased
loved up.
to hear that she was working.
Thank you.
I'm pleased because it just goes to show that, hey, all the, spending and glitz and glam is not a must. Some people actually have work they were doing that day. Please,
Okay.
please.
That's what Mazino wants.
I think she should, there's a young girl watching right now who he's feeling a lot better about the fact she was working that day.
I was on set. I
your
filmed
sad
all
story
day,
just changed into
and
a
I
productive
filmed
one.
all night. I wrapped my shoot at 5 a.m. Went to sleep and I went right back on set at 11 a.m.
Wow.
So yeah, I worked.
Okay. We hear you.
All right.
It's important.
But let me just make
Productive.
Mazino happy. So because I
yes.
knew I was going to work on Valentine's Day, I had my Valentine's date on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
With who?
Sorry, Daddy, it's not
No,
happening.
Daddy.
Did he perchance have a beard?
He's a man.
Not all men have beards. I don't.
You do. They just,
You don't?
It's just,
just
this is
not the
fledglings.
amount that
They've been there for
Goodness
10 years.
me, are we going to
It
touch
doesn't-
on this thing now?
It does not ever grow more than that.
Do you also want to know if he held my hand?
I don't know.
Was there alcohol on the table?
No, mommy.
Eh.
Chocolates, wine,
No, Daddy.
nothing?
No.
Okay. Let's leave it there.
All
Let's leave
the
it there.
cliches of Valentine's, though.
Let's just leave it
Goodness
there.
me.
But I'm sure you have-
Talk where I have not seen the cake yet. So.
Yes,
Now,
what about
wow,
that
Titi, I
cake?
said I'll
I'm
give you
just
the biggest
saying.
portion.
Can we have some here already?
As in, really? We need some of
Okay.
that cake.
We'll bring the cake.
Yeah,
We'll bring the
we're waiting, we're waiting.
In any case, if you're like Tokwe and you had that kind of an experience, you want to let us know, we would love for you to also come and share hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Don't forget now, the ladies are doing something very special tomorrow. They're going to do the Be Like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala challenge tomorrow. So you have to look forward to that one. And maybe if you also have some pictures you want to share, you know, with your gele, everyday gele. I've just learned that it is. With your everyday gele and your glasses. And remember to look over them like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Yeah.
Take a picture, send it to us, hashtag Wake Up Nigeria. I would like to see, and I can't wait for what you guys are going to look like. It's going to be fantastic.
And for us to have some music right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And hey, it's about time for us to meet Caesar. Caesar is a music producer and performer. And he's quite a bit of other things too. He has a great track that he's about to perform for us. And hey, Caesar, how's it going?
Fine, Mom.
All right. Welcome to the show. Talk to us about the track you're about to perform.
Thanks, Mom. Motherland is a song I sang for the whole Africa. And it's a message to the African leaders that they should give the young youth, some energy to rule as well, so we can try new things in life. So the killings and bombing and all the fight in Africa have to stop.
Amen to that. Caesar, I know your track is going to be great. Can't wait for you to start performing. Take it away.
Respect, Mom.
Definitely adding that to my playlist. That was an amazing performance. Thank you so much. But moving on, we have Kebbi Esiri. She is joining us this morning on parenting. Now, she is a seasoned teacher, educational consultant, and parenting educator. Today, she will be shedding some light on understanding child development when it comes to parenting. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Before we came live, we're talking to my colleague MM as she was sharing her experience. So I feel like we should tailor our conversation to child development from toddler stage or early beginners to school.
Okay.
But let's have an overview of child development before we delve into it.
Okay, child development or
Yes.
human development has to do with the processes that the human being or the individual goes through as he grows from beginning of life.
Yes.
You understand? In fact, it actually begins from prenatal development. You know, yes, prenatal development.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at, you're talking about why child development?
Yes.
Why should we as parents have an understanding of child development? For me, that is very critical because if we do not have a basic understanding of child development, our expectations of child's behavior may be overboard. And so that will lead to frustration for both parents and the child.
Yes.
Now, in child development, you have various aspects of development.
Yeah.
We're social beings, so there's social development, there's spiritual development. We're emotional beings, there's emotional development, there's physical development, intellectual development,
Yeah.
language development. Various areas or domains of development has also various needs.
Yes.
And so as parents, when we are aware of the various areas of development and the needs, will be able to aid the child's development
Yeah.
more properly with information. And you know information is power.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, with child development, well, most parents, or I would say parents in this part of the world, focus on the intellectual and educational
Yes.
side.
Yes.
What would you say is the, let's say, the top 5 that a parent should focus on, aside intellectual and education? What are the top 5 areas that parents?
Every area of development is critical.
Okay.
You
okay,
understand?
Okay.
Like I said, we're physical beings, emotional beings,
Yeah.
spiritual beings. So every area of development must be looked into. And you see, the thing is that all the areas of development are related.
Yeah.
So if a child suffering in a particular area, it affects the other areas.
True.
And so that's why we must meet all the areas of development. So with physical development, emotional development, intellectual development, spiritual development, psychological development, every area, the needs must be met. So you said in Nigeria, you know, we focus more on intellectual because
Yes.
we're so into education.
Yes, we
my
are.
child must pass. My child must be on the top
Yes.
list. It's very important.
Yes.
But you see, if a child is socially deprived, it will affect his emotions. And that can affect performance in school.
School, yes.
If a child does not have self-esteem, it will affect his performance in school. What is the use of having a child who is cerebral, but cannot stand on his own
Yeah.
in society amongst his peers?
Very true.
You know, so all these areas have to be met.
Yeah,
So
no.
they are all important.
Important. Now, would you say there are different points in a child's life or up until teenagehood that these different areas of development should be focused on? Like, for example, now my colleague MM was saying how she found it difficult to get her toddler to do her assignment at some point. So I'm just thinking off the top of my head, is there a point in a child's life that at this point, at this age to this age, this is the best time to develop them in their emotions, or this is the best time to develop them physically or language-wise, or do you go with everything at the same time?
Now, there are stages of development, okay?
Yeah.
We are from 0 to 6, that's a particular stage. 6 to 12,
Okay.
12 to 18,
Yes.
18 to 24. And at
Okay.
24, we say this child is an adult.
Okay.
Okay, so the foundation of human development is actually the time from birth, 0 to 6.
Okay.
That is very critical because that's when you have rapid brain development. That's when the child is trying to understand the environment,
Okay.
acquiring culture. By culture, I mean the way we do things.
Yeah.
So at that age, it's very important. That's the foundation. It's like when you want to build a house, you first of all lay a foundation.
Yes.
Most people don't see the foundation.
They don't.
You understand? But that is it's on that structure that the individual starts. That age is very important.
Okay.
That's when the child develops his self-esteem. The individual that he becomes, as he's constructing himself, is in that age. By the time a child is 3 years, he already understands language. But we don't teach a child how to speak language, but he just acquires it from the environment. So children acquire everything. The way we behave, our attitude, our, the other day we were talking about respect.
Yes.
In terms of respect, they are acquiring without direct teaching.
Yeah.
So this age, that toddler age is very important. Now, 0 to 3 is a critical age.
Okay.
Very, very important. You know, most times because we don't see that development taking place, we only see the physical development.
Yes.
The child is growing. But you see, the formation of the man, the individual the child becomes, is at that critical age.
Okay.
You know, so we need to put in our best. And it comes through knowledge.
Okay.
Yes, it comes through knowledge. So parents should avail themselves of knowledge that is available. Okay. For example, at 0 to 3, I'm a Montessorian. We believe that the child has what is called the absorbent mind.
Okay.
So he absorbs every element within the environment effortlessly. That's the time to teach children a lot of things.
Okay.
At that age, a child can understand 3, 4, 5 languages.
Wow.
Without being taught, but as an adult, you take a lot of effort.
Yes.
So children have the capacity to learn so much.
Okay.
So much. But our expectations must be at par with the child's age.
Cool. That's
so that we don't put the child under pressure and we don't get frustrated.
Yes.
Like what MM was saying, she expected the child, she said that the child can recite 1 to 10, but cannot identify a number and mix it up. That is how children develop. And reciting 1 to 10 is very easy. That is not knowledge. Knowledge takes place when a child can identify the number with concrete materials. For example, I say, if the child knows how to recite 1 to 10, we get excited about it. But now put certain objects. Say, give me 5 pencils. And the child is looking at you like, what are you talking about? Knowledge has not really taken place. It's memorization has taken place.
This is really insightful. And I'm hoping that we do continue this conversation next week because there's so much to learn. But I am sure that you have learned the pivotal points in this conversation, most especially what your children need to learn from 0 to 6, 6 to 12, and 12 to 18 and 18 to 24. You definitely want to stay tuned, or you can catch up with this on our YouTube channel, Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, and come back for more next week. We will be going on a break. When we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues. Do not go anywhere.
Alrighty then, you are welcome back, and let's let you tell them.
Now, finally on the show, we have UK-born Nigerian rapper and singer, someone who went from winning Britain's Got Talent as part of the British dance group Diversity to making Afrobeats records. The one and only Ike Chooks.
What up?
He's been on the rise in music ever since. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I don't believe that I'm actually seeing you because I watch a lot of Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent, and I remember seeing your group, Diversity. I did not know, however, that you were Nigerian. So it's a pleasure having you here. So I'm really, really excited that you're here with us.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you. Appreciate
so, do you want me to ask the first question?
Yeah, so it's been a journey for you guys. I went through the whole, your bio and everything, and I was just like, wow. And then you were like, wow, okay. But you made a switch from dance to music. We started talking about this behind the scenes already. Let's talk a bit about why you had to, slow down on dance.
Yeah, I've always done music, to be honest, and I feel like for me personally, like dancing is the thing that took off first, because obviously winning brings the talent. So that was a roller coaster journey. Unfortunately, I personally had a back injury or spinal injury. It's like a ripped disc on my spine. And it happened in, I think, 2011, December. So I was like off for like 2 years. I was still part of Diversity. I was touring. I was like still part of the group very much. But I couldn't dance for about 2 years. And then I had an operation on my back. I had 6 months of like recovery. So I came back eventually. And then after another like 2 years, it went again.
Oh, no.
How did this happen, the back injury?
So the back injury happened when I tried to do, I did a flip called a suicide. The irony.
It's actually called a suicide flip.
Yeah, it's called a suicide flip. So you like flip forward and you give the impression that you land on your back. But there's a trick to it. You go foot first, bum, hands, and then your back.
Yeah, I think I know what it is.
Yeah. So like I usually do there's an easy version and a hard version.
You went for the hard one, didn't you?
No, I know how to do the hard version, but I don't really know how to do the easy version. The easy it's funny because like the easy version, you got to put your hands on the floor and then push off the floor.
Okay.
But when I was about to, this happened like during a performance. So I was about to do the flip, and where we were performing, there was like kids like on the corner, and every time I do that flip, I veer off to the right a bit. So in my head, I'm thinking, if you flip, you're gonna knock someone out.
So you overcompensated.
So do the easy version. So I put my hand on the floor and forgot that I was doing the easy version. Did a flip, and then the floor was a lot closer to than I anticipated. So I just went whack. And I still had 3 more minutes to dance.
Did you get up?
Yeah, I did. I got up.
And you started
dancing.
dancing?
On dancing.
Oh, dear.
For the rest of the 3 minutes. The adrenaline kicks in and, you know, you start to move. But as soon as we got off the stage, I just collapsed on the floor.
Yeah, I can
because
imagine.
I couldn't move my left leg.
But you're okay in any case. You just
good,
can't risk it anymore.
Yeah.
Let's
Like,
talk about your music as well. I mean, you're back in Nigeria. You're doing great music. You've always been able to sing, like you said. And why did you choose to come back to Nigeria, however? Or are you going to make the kind of music, are you making the kind of music that is kind of like Catholic? I mean, everybody enjoys it from Nigeria, or is it from outside of Nigeria coming back to Nigeria?
I believe I make music that's relatable to everyone, people in the diaspora, even back here. Because I have this thing where I switch between Pidgin, English, and Igbo. People don't believe that I can speak.
I don't believe that. I mean,
he can.
Perfect, because I'm going to shock you.
All right, do it then. Let's hear it. I have no idea what he said.
No, but the thing is, like, you know, my dad forced me to learn Igbo when I was growing up. So,
how easy was that?
I think it was quite easy. Well, it wasn't very easy, to be honest, but I could understand Igbo. I just couldn't speak fluently. So my dad was like, don't talk to me unless you speak Igbo. Every time I wanted to say something to my dad, I had to go speak to one of my cousins.
Long way around.
Exactly. But eventually it helped me.
Tell you what, let's take a look at one of your tracks, okay? And when we come back, we're going to talk more about this one.
Awesome.
It's Ike Chicks in the studio, and let's have this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Afrobeat sound is your thing, huh? It's working.
Definitely.
By the way, that's London Girl. Ike Chicks here in the studio, produced by Ade, yeah?
Yes.
Fantastic, nice one.
So, you know, choosing to go the Afrobeat route, you know, it's not easy, really, not as easy as people make it seem, is it?
No, it's definitely not as easy as people make it seem. I feel like, first of all, you need to find yourself, because as an artist, like, I had to find myself and find my sound. And that takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, consistency. And I consciously made that decision that I wanted to make Afrobeats, because the type of music I was making before, I felt like I was holding a part of me back and just pushing out one specific side. Whereas when I decided, okay, I'm going to make Afrobeats, I felt like I was speaking my truth every time I go and record a song. You know what I mean? Because I'm pushing everything about me into the songs.
Okay.
So
what's going to be your call hook? Do you have a call hook already? You know, like Olamide's, or rather, Davido's got Badis. What's his name? What is it?
Owella.
Owella. What does it mean?
Owella's, it means nothing in Igbo, so it's an Igbo word, and it means nothing. But I have kind of like turned it into a slang where it's like, you ask me like, hey, what's up, Chooks, what's going on, man? I know, wallah. You know what I mean? Like, nothing's going on, like, we cool. So like, when I introduce myself, I usually go by the name like Chooks, wallah march.
I love the way music is, you know, it has its own energy, its own personality, you know, but do you think this is all you, or is there another part of you that you've not expressed yet?
What, musically?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
I think that's
that one.
I got to think about that one, you know. But I feel like I do feel like I have like different personalities.
Okay.
Like there's Ike Chooks, the musician, and then there's Ike Chooks, the laid back guy.
Okay.
There's different sides of me, but I feel like the artist side covers quite a lot of me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because of like my influences and how I grew up and my experiences in life.
You didn't grow up here, did you?
I partly grew up here. I was born in the UK, but I went to school here.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you
went
did?
to like primary school, secondary school, and then I went back to the UK for like
That's
college.
very odd.
That's odd.
I mean, mostly it's the other way around. You get born here, you go to school there, and then you come back here and you make music. Well,
But
he
do you
got
think
born
that
there, he
helped?
went to school there, and now
Did
he's
it help?
Growing up,
Yeah,
like
did
going
it-
to school here,
yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
I feel like going to school here is what makes who I am as a person, as Ike Chooks. I feel like I was glad that I was brought back here. You know what I mean? A lot of people will say like they only bring you back from the UK if you're a stubborn child.
But you kind of don't have the chance to be stubborn if you do your secondary school here.
Exactly.
And
Listen,
So,
I want to see another one of your tracks again. Let's show you another one of Ike Chooks' tracks, and then by the time we come back, we'll have him in the kitchen tasting some of our scrumptious meal that we've got prepared already.
Yes, sir.
We're about to give them. Welcome to the kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen.
thank you.
I hope you have a huge appetite this morning.
I do. I'm
And
starving.
do you
actually.
love seafood?
I love seafood.
Okay. So Chef Dune's here.
Hi, Chef.
Prepared jambalaya rice for you for breakfast. So she's going to quickly run through just a quick overview of how this was achieved.
All right.
And then you're going to have to rate the meal, of course.
Yeah, of
over
course.
10.
Definitely.
10.
Please be kind. So that's seafood jambalaya. We have beef, chicken breast, snails, prawn.
Ooh.
That's fried calamari and eggfish.
That's a lot.
Can I dig it now?
Go ahead.
I love to start with the calamari.
Okay. Calamari.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'll cut this up.
Calamari. As in, that is a meal.
And then
right
she
there.
used semolina